What's good, people? It's your boy Greed. Actually, let's see how fast I can really get this video done because it might be a little late upload, I guess, or later than I usually upload, or maybe around the same time. Who knows? Like I said, let's see how fast I get this video done. But I am here today to talk about some Jujutsu Kaisen. Um, it's not really a chapter review on the last chapter because I know I haven't been talking about Jujutsu Kaisen for like a while now. Maybe like for the past like 3 chapters, 4 chapters maybe. Like so like a month. But the last time I talked about Jujutsu Kaisen was during or no, we got left off on the cliffhanger with Higuruma and Itadori going after Sukuna, right? In his like full form or whatever, his final form. Um this most recent chapter kind of continues off that. Uh or not even kind of, it does basically continue off that, but I'm gonna just speak a little bit about what happened in the previous chapters. So Sukuna was fighting Kashimo. Is that his name? I'm pretty sure that's his name. Yeah, Sukuna was fighting Kashimo. He beat Kashimo obviously, and then it pans over to Geto fighting Takaba. I think that's his name, the comedian. I think his name is Takaba. I hope I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure his name is Takaba though. But yeah, he was fighting him, or Takabe is one of those. But he was fighting the comedian, and his curse technique is pretty crazy because whatever he thinks is a joke, or as long as he doesn't take something serious, I think that's how it works. It becomes a joke. So his curse technique is pretty fucked up, and basically, just to sum it all up, he distracted Geto so long in his in his technique, like the whole like comedic thing that was going on within it, that Yuta was able to sneak up behind him and just smoke him, like cut Geto's head off. And after that, at the end of that chapter, actually, after Yuta cuts his head off, Geto or Kenjaku, my bad, I keep saying Geto, but yeah, it is Kenjaku. Kenjaku says something like my will live on or some shit like that. So then that brings us to this most recent chapter, and the chapter starts off talking about or everybody, like all the good guys, the heroes basically. Everybody is like going over or having a meeting about Sukuna and what they're gonna do to stop him now that he's in his full curse form. Like, how are they gonna do it? Or no, I don't even think this was like Sukuna in his full form yet, because I think this talk that everyone had was during the Gojo versus Sukuna fight. So it was on some like, all right, if Gojo dies, this is the new plan basically, or if Gojo loses, whatever, this is the new plan. And they're basically just showing that to us in this chapter, in the most recent chapter, like what everyone talked about, the plan that they have, and Higuruma's plan, which is a good one. Now we're getting into what the video is actually about, y'all. I just had to give context to what I was going to be talking about. But Higuruma's plan is to put Sukuna on trial for the things he has done. Now I could see this really going good for them or completely backfiring. And there are just a few situations and scenarios that could potentially happen during this that causes them to just get fucked in the end, right? So I think their whole thing, as of right now, right, at least this is what I gather from the chapter, is to use what Sukuna did in Shibuya against him in a trial, because Higuruma tried to use it against Yuji as well when they fought, but he couldn't use it against Yuji because Yuji wasn't the one that technically committed the crime. It was Sukuna. Now, there are like a few things that can go wrong with him trying to do this to Sukuna now that he actually has the real culprit. I think he okay, let me just start by saying this. I'm not gonna say I don't think it's gonna work. I actually no, obviously it's not gonna work because at the end of the chapter, Sukuna didn't even look worried or anything. Like he was smiling. So I'm pretty sure he has some type of backup plan, or there is something that, because it seems like Higuruma's technique, you have to be very like on point, just like a real trial, right? Like you know how the lawyer needs to have all the facts right, everything gathered that happened in the situation or whatever it may be. Just everything needs to be on point and make sense, essentially, right? So I think it's gonna go through, but it's not okay. Now let me not say go through. Isn't I don't think it's gonna work because weren't we told sometime in the beginning of the series that Realman Sukuna is a name that people gave him because of how like terrifying of a curse he was? That's not like his real name. So what if like, and I'm pretty sure people have already been saying this, what if like, I don't know, yeah, Realman Sukuna really not being his name, that means the trial won't work because nobody knows his real name. You know, back from when before he was a curse. Like maybe it might work before he was a curse, but it may not work because that's not his real name technically. I can see that being one of the reasons it not work. Another reason is something that they kind of mentioned in this chapter, at least this is what I took from it. He technically didn't kill those people in Shibuya. Like, he didn't go out his way to do that, right? And Higuruma says it. He says, Sukuna, or you could be put on death penalty if you kill, or no. I think it was, you could be imprisoned or put on a death penalty if you killed at least 1 or 2 people. But if you kill 2 or more people, you get the automatic death penalty. Now, we saw what Sukuna and Maharaga did in Shibuya, and we saw what Malevolent Shrine did, but what's his name? Higuruma made it seem like, you know, he wouldn't be able to put him on trial for Sukuna using his curse technique, considering how his curse technique works, right? Like, Malevolent Shrine, it works in like a very tricky way. It's not like a regular domain or nothing like that. It just appears, you know what I mean? Then there's just slices everywhere, right? And I think what he was trying to say, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this, like I said, this is how I took it. I'm actually going to put some manga panels up in the video as well, but if I'm not mistaken, he was trying to say, like, because Sukuna physically didn't go out his way to kill these people, like it wasn't his real intentions to kill these people, then he can't really use it in trial against him. Even though he did commit the murders and he doesn't care that he did it, but he didn't go out his way to kill these people, right? And that made me think, Sukuna really hasn't killed like anybody for okay, that sounds stupid because he's killed plenty of people, but if we think about all the times that he's taken over Yuji's body, what human has he killed? I don't think Sukuna has actually killed anyone, because like intentionally, like went out his way to kill, right? Because the first time we see him, he's fighting Fushiguro, but he doesn't kill Fushiguro. Second time we see him, this is when they're all on that mission, and Yuji needs Sukuna to take his body so he could beat the cursed spirit that had his finger. So he ends up killing that thing. Or no, actually, that's one and the same thing. My fault, y'all. First time Sukuna took Yuji's body was when he first awakened, right? Second time was when yeah, the cursed spirit was about to kill Yuji and like Yuji and his team, the one that has Sukuna's finger, but then he made Sukuna come out and then Sukuna killed that thing. But Sukuna, funny thing is, Sukuna thought the curse was gonna listen to him, but it didn't. It didn't. But you could tell that it feared him though, right? Like you could definitely tell. But that's besides the point. That I'm getting off track. So yeah, that was the second time, and then the third time was Shibuya, if I'm not mistaken, right? I feel like I'm missing a time where he took his body, but from what I can remember, I think those were the only times when his body was taken by Sukuna. Because that second time he takes his body in season 1, he kills Yuji. So I don't know. Because Higuruma said that his curse technique is like it is a Shikigami. But there needs to be very specific crimes, I guess you would say, against Sukuna that he would need, or that he can only use against him in a trial, basically. But I don't know. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, this chapter, it gives you a lot of information, especially on Higuruma's technique, but then it also gives you, or it's also kind of a little confusing, at least for me. But I don't know. I think it's interesting, like, to see how this is gonna turn out, because I personally think it's not gonna work, and I think it's because, like I said, I just don't think Ryum and Sukuna, and I'm pretty sure I remember them saying this sometime in season 1, but that's not like his true name, like his real name. Like, that was a name given to him by others because people feared him. So I feel like that's why he's smiling at the end of the chapter, because he's like, man, it's not gonna work because y'all don't know my real name to put me on trial for some shit. And that makes sense. But who knows? But like I said, it would definitely make a lot of sense, because, like, as I said, in a trial, like an actual, trial, you need like real evidence of the person. You need their actual name and all that if you're gonna be like putting them on trial for something. But if they don't know his real name, they can't really do it, right? So I don't know. That's what I'm banking my whole thing on, like my whole theory on. I just feel like it's not gonna go through because they don't know his real name. But I could be wrong. So we'll see. We'll just see how it turns out. I think it comes out in 9 days. Again, I apologize for this being a late upload. I am going to try to put these panels in and edit it as fast as I can. But yeah, y'all. I am out this bitch. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, man, comment. Let me know down below what y'all think. I love always hearing y'all thoughts, because obviously I don't know everything, and I could, mess something up from when I'm reading it. Or, yeah, from when I'm reading the chapter. So, yeah, no, just let me know down below what y'all think. And, like, comment, subscribe. I am out this bitch. And I will see y'all in the next one.
You know that the numbers go like 1, 2, greed. Thank you for being a GreedHD, nigga.